The alarm system woke everyone at 0312 hours. Not a drill. Real attack. Taliban fighters breaching the perimeter of Forward Operating Base Phoenix, Afghanistan. Specialist Jake Sleeper. Wilson sat up in his bunk, groggy and disoriented. Around him, soldiers were scrambling, grabbing weapons, pulling on gear, rushing toward defensive positions. The alarm was deafening. Gunfire echoed from the perimeter. Explosions. Shouting. Chaos. Jake had been diagnosed with severe parasomnia, sleepwalking disorder, when he was 7 years old. His parents had installed locks on all the doors after they found him outside one night, standing in the street, completely asleep. As he got older, the episodes became less frequent, but never went away completely. Once or twice a month, Jake would wake up somewhere he didn't remember going. In the kitchen, in the living room, once, bizarrely, in the garage sitting in the car. The military knew about it. He disclosed it during enlistment. The doctors had evaluated him. Stress can trigger episodes, they'd warned. Combat deployment might make it worse. But Jake had been managing it for 20 years. Took medication, had strategies. And in 2 deployments to Afghanistan, he'd only had 3 sleepwalking episodes, all minor, all on base where it was safe. Tonight was different. Jake stood up from his bunk. His roommate, Private Chin, was already gone, rushed to his fighting position. Jake needed to get to his assigned defensive post. Sector 3, the north wall. He reached for his rifle, his gear, started moving toward the door. And then nothing. His brain just switched off. Not unconscious. Not asleep in the traditional sense. But not awake either. Somewhere in between. The stress, the alarm, the chaos. It triggered a massive parasomnia episode. Jake's body kept moving. His eyes were open, but he wasn't there. His conscious mind had checked out, and his subconscious had taken over. What happened next, Jake would never remember. But everyone else at FOB Phoenix would never forget. 12 Taliban fighters had breached the base perimeter through a section of wall damaged by an earlier mortar attack. They'd killed the 2 guards at that position and were moving through the base systematically. Their plan was clear. Get to the command center, kill as many Americans as possible, detonate suicide vests, cause maximum casualties. The base was in chaos. Soldiers rushing to defensive positions. Officers trying to coordinate response. Medics preparing for casualties. In the confusion, the 12 Taliban fighters were moving relatively unopposed. They'd made it past the outer perimeter and were approaching the inner compound. And then they encountered Jake Wilson, except it wasn't really Jake. Not the conscious Jake who'd gone to bed 4 hours earlier thinking about his upcoming leave. This was something else, something primal, something that existed in the deepest parts of Jake's brain where survival instincts lived. Jake, or the thing controlling Jake's body, moved through the darkness with purpose. He was carrying his rifle, had somehow, in his sleep, loaded it, put on his tactical vest, his boots. His brain wasn't awake, but his body was functioning, operating on pure instinct and muscle memory. The first Taliban fighter rounded a corner between 2 buildings. Jake's sleeping body reacted before the fighter could raise his weapon. 2 shots. Center mass. The fighter dropped. Jake kept moving. Second fighter. Heard the shots. Turning. Jake fired. Down. Moving forward. Third and fourth fighters together. They saw Jake coming. Raised their AKs. Started firing. Jake's body dove behind a concrete barrier. A movement he trained thousands of times. Returned fire killed them both. Still moving. The soldiers, responding to the breach, heard the gunfire. Saw Jake moving through the compound. Thought he was awake. Thought he was engaging the enemy tactically. Nobody realized he was asleep. Wilson's got contact. Sector 5, someone shouted into the radio. Lieutenant Morrison, coordinating the defense from the command center, tracked Jake's position. Wilson, report. How many tangos? No response. Jake's sleeping brain couldn't process radio communication. He just kept moving, following some internal map. Hunting. Fifth fighter. In a doorway. Jake didn't slow down. Fired while moving. Hit. The fighter fell. 6th and 7th. Taking cover behind a vehicle. Jake approached from an angle they didn't expect. His sleeping brain choosing a route his waking brain would never have considered. Flanked them. Killed them both. The remaining 5 Taliban fighters realized something was wrong. This wasn't normal combat. This American soldier was moving differently. Not talking, not coordinating, not hesitating, just hunting them like some kind of machine. They tried to regroup, set an ambush in one of the supply buildings, waited for Jake to follow. He did. Walked right into their kill zone. But Jake's sleeping body, operating on pure instinct, sensed the danger. Dove sideways just as they opened fire, rolled behind cover, returned fire. 3 of them went down in seconds. The last 2 fighters ran. Pure panic. This American soldier was unstoppable. They made it maybe 30 yards before Jake caught up. Both down. Jake stood there in the darkness, rifle still raised, scanning for more targets. The entire engagement had lasted 8 minutes. 12 Taliban fighters, all dead, killed by 1 soldier. A soldier who was asleep the entire time. The base's quick reaction force arrived at Jake's position, found him standing among the bodies, rifle aimed, completely silent. "Wilson, you good?" "You hit." Sergeant Rodriguez approached carefully. Jake didn't respond, didn't lower his weapon, just stood there, swaying slightly. "Wilson." Rodriguez got closer, looked at Jake's face. His eyes were open, but wrong. Unfocused, distant. "Oh shit. Guys, something's wrong with Wilson." They approached slowly. Rodriguez reached out, gently touched Jake's arm. "Hey, Wilson, you with us?" Nothing. Jake's eyes were open, but he wasn't seeing them, wasn't responding. He was standing there, holding his rifle, still in some kind of defensive posture, but completely unresponsive. "Is he in shock?" Chun asked. "I don't know, man." "Wilson? Jake? Can you hear me?" The medics arrived, started assessing Jake. No visible injuries, no blood, but clearly not responsive. His eyes were open, but he wasn't blinking normally, wasn't tracking movement. And when they tried to take his rifle, his grip tightened, some kind of automatic response. "Easy, Jake. We're friendly. You're safe. Let go of the weapon." It took 5 minutes to get Jake to release the rifle. Even then, his hands remained in the grip position. His body was still ready to fight, even though his mind was somewhere else. They loaded Jake onto a stretcher, carried him to the medical tent. The doctor on duty, Captain Martinez, examined him, checked his pupils, his vital signs, his reflexes. "What happened out there?" Martinez asked the team. "He killed 12 Taliban, document alone, in 8 minutes." Martinez looked at Jake, at his open but unseeing eyes, at the way he was lying there, completely still but somehow tensed. "I don't think he's in shock," Martinez said slowly. "I think he's asleep." "What?" "His eyes are open. Parasomnia. It's in his medical file. He has a history of severe sleepwalking. Combat stress can trigger episodes." Martinez leaned over Jake. "Wilson, Jake, can you hear me? I'm going to touch your shoulder." He did. Jake didn't react. He's in some kind of deep parasomnia state. His body is functioning, but his conscious mind is offline. He's been sleepwalking, and apparently sleep fighting. "You're saying he killed 12 Taliban in his sleep?" "That's exactly what I'm saying. They let Jake sleep, or continue in whatever state he was in. Monitored him closely. His vitals were normal. He wasn't in danger. His body just needed to complete whatever sleep cycle it was in. 3 hours later, at 0615 hours, Jake's eyes fluttered, closed, then opened again. This time, they focused, tracked movement. He blinked, looked around the medical tent, confused. "What? Where am I?" Captain Martinez approached. "Wilson, how do you feel?" "Tired. Confused. What happened? Why am I in medical?" Jake tried to sit up. "The attack. The base was under attack. I need to get to my position." "The attack is over. base is secure. Did we take casualties? Are the guys okay? Martinez exchanged a look with Rodriguez, who was sitting nearby. Wilson, what do you remember? The alarm went off. 0312, base under attack. I got up, started getting ready to move to Sector 3. And then nothing. That's the last thing I remember. Did I get hit? Did something happen? You didn't get hit. But something definitely happened. Jake, you had a sleepwalking episode. Oh no. Oh God. Please tell me I didn't do anything stupid. Last time I walked into the command center in my underwear. This isn't. You didn't walk into the command center. You walked into combat. Jake's face went white. What? Martinez pulled up a chair. Jake, 12 Taliban fighters breached the base. You encountered them. And you engaged them. All of them. In your sleep. I what? That's not possible. I don't even remember leaving my bunk. Rodriguez leaned forward. Wilson, I saw you. We all did. You were moving through the compound, taking out tangos one by one. Textbook combat movement. Professional. Deadly. We thought you were awake and just radio silent for some reason. How many did I? All of them. 12 kills. 8 minutes. Solo. Jake felt like he was going to throw up. I killed 12 people. And I don't remember any of it. I was asleep. Your eyes were open, Martinez explained. You were moving, fighting, reacting. But you weren't conscious. It's called parasomnia with complex motor behavior. Extremely rare, especially at this level of functionality. Your subconscious took over completely, accessed all your training, your muscle memory, your combat instincts, and operated your body like a program running on autopilot. I don't remember any of it, Jake whispered. Not a single second. I remember the alarm, and then waking up here. There's nothing in between. It's just blank. Over the next week, Jake was interviewed by everyone. Medical officers, psychological evaluation teams, his command, intelligence officers. Everyone wanted to understand what had happened. The security footage told the story his memory couldn't. They watched it together, Jake seeing himself do things he had no memory of doing. On screen, Jake moved with eerie precision. No hesitation. No communication. Just pure, efficient violence. His movements were technically perfect. Textbook room clearing, cover usage, target acquisition. But there was something uncanny about it. He moved like a machine. Didn't check corners the way awake soldiers did. Didn't communicate. Didn't acknowledge friendly forces. Just hunted. It's like watching someone else, Jake said, staring at the footage. That's my body, my face. But it's not me. I wasn't there. The psychiatrist, Major Chin, no relation to Jake's roommate, found it fascinating and disturbing in equal measure. Jake, you have to understand how extraordinary this is. Sleepwalking usually involves simple, repetitive behaviors. Walking, opening doors, maybe some basic manipulation of objects. What you did was unprecedented. Complex motor sequences, split-second tactical decisions, weapon manipulation under stress, all while completely unconscious. How is that even possible? Your brain has two parts, simplified, conscious and subconscious. Normally, they work together, but in severe parasomnia, the connection breaks. Your conscious mind, the part that forms memories, makes rational decisions, uses language, shuts down. But your subconscious, the part that stores muscle memory, instincts, training, keeps working. Usually, the subconscious can only do simple things without conscious guidance. But you've trained so extensively, practiced these movements so many times, that your subconscious could execute them independently. So my training took over. More than that, your survival instinct took over. The most primitive part of your brain sensed danger and responded using every tool it had access to, which, in your case, includes 2 deployments worth of combat training. It's terrifying, Jake said quietly. I killed 12 people and I don't remember it. What if I hadn't stopped? What if I'd kept going? What if I'd hurt friendlies? You didn't. Your subconscious recognized friendly forces and avoided them. It distinguished between threats and non-threats. That's remarkable. But what if it hadn't? What if next time? There won't be next time, Major Chen interrupted. This was a perfect storm. Extreme stress, sleep deprivation, combat situation, the alarm triggering you mid-sleep. All of these factors combined. And even then, your subconscious protected friendly forces, hunted only enemy combatants. That suggests your training is so deeply ingrained that even your sleeping brain follows ROE and target discrimination. Jake wasn't comforted. The command had to make a decision. Specialist Jake Wilson had saved the base, killed 12 enemy combatants, prevented what could have been a catastrophic breach. He deserved recognition, but he'd done it while asleep, while technically not in control of his actions. Lieutenant Morrison sat down with Jake. "Wilson, I'm recommending you for the Silver Star." "Sir, I don't deserve a medal. I don't even remember what I did." "You killed 12 enemy fighters who'd breached our base. Your actions saved lives. The fact that you don't remember doesn't change what you accomplished." "It feels wrong, sir, taking credit for something my unconscious did. I wasn't even there. You were there. Your training was there. Your instincts were there. The fact that your conscious mind wasn't recording doesn't mean it wasn't you." The award was processed, but the military also processed something else, a medical discharge. Not dishonorable, not punitive, but for safety. If Jake could have an episode like this under stress, he was a liability. What if it happened again? What if next time he hurt friendlies? What if he went sleepwalking into enemy territory? Jake understood, accepted it. Part of him was relieved. The idea of having another episode terrified him. His last day at FOB Phoenix, the unit gathered. They'd prepared something. Chun stood up. "Wilson, when you first got here, we gave you the nickname Sleeper. Thought it was funny. You falling asleep during briefings, taking naps whenever you could. We joked that you could sleep through anything." The room chuckled. Jake smiled weakly. "Turns out," Chin continued, "you can't just sleep through anything. You can fight through anything while sleeping, which is, I don't even have words for that, man. You saved our asses while unconscious. That's the most badass thing I've ever heard of." Rodriguez added, "The Taliban thought they'd caught us off guard, breached the base while we were asleep. They didn't know one of us fights better asleep than most people fight awake." They presented Jake with a custom patch. It showed a figure sleepwalking, arms out, eyes closed, while carrying a rifle. Text underneath, "The Sleeper, 12-0 while unconscious." Jake didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Settle for both. "I still don't remember any of it," he said. "It's just gone, like it never happened. But I've watched the footage, and that was me, my body, my training. Even if I wasn't conscious, I was there, and I'm glad I was. I'm glad whatever part of me was awake that night decided to fight instead of just wander around lost." They gave him a standing ovation. The soldier who fought his best battle while asleep. Jake returned to the United States 3 weeks later. Medical discharge processed, Silver Star approved, and a reputation that would follow him forever. The Sleepwalker, the soldier who killed 12 enemy fighters while unconscious. The media found out. Of course they did. The story was too bizarre to stay quiet. Soldier kills 12 Taliban while sleepwalking made national news. Jake was offered interviews, book deals, movie rights. He declined most of them. Did one interview with 60 Minutes. The journalist asked the obvious question, "How does it feel to know you killed 12 people and don't remember any of it?" Jake thought carefully. "It's dissociative. I know I did it. I've seen the footage. I've heard the testimonies. But I have no memory of it. No emotional connection to it. It's like being told about something someone else did and then finding out it was you. I don't feel proud. I don't feel guilty. I just feel disconnected." "Do you have nightmares about it?" "No. How can I have nightmares about something I don't remember? I have nightmares about other things from my deployments, things I do remember. But that night? Nothing. It's just blank. Some people are calling you a hero. Others are calling it disturbing. that someone could kill while unconscious. How do you feel about that? Both are fair. I saved my base. I stopped a Taliban attack. That's heroic, I guess. But it's also deeply disturbing that a person can engage in lethal combat without conscious awareness, without choice, without memory. My body did things I didn't decide to do. That's terrifying when you think about it. Would you want to remember? Jake paused. I don't know. Part of me wants to remember because it's my story, my action. I want to own it completely. But part of me is relieved I don't remember because killing people, even enemy combatants, even in defense of your base, that stays with you. Maybe my brain is protecting me by not recording those memories. Maybe the sleepwalking was a mercy in that way. The interview went viral. Jake's thoughtful, honest response resonated with people. He became a symbol of the strange, dissociative nature of modern combat. The way soldiers can do things, necessary things, heroic things, that haunt them forever. And in Jake's case, the ultimate dissociation. Doing something heroic and having no memory of it at all. Jake struggled after discharge. Not with PTSD in the traditional sense. He didn't have nightmares about that night. Didn't have flashbacks. How could he? He had no memories to flash back to. But he struggled with identity. Who was he? Was he the conscious Jake who went about his day, working a normal job, living a normal life? Or was he the unconscious Jake who'd killed 12 people with textbook precision? His therapist, Dr. Sarah Martinez, helped him work through it. Jake, you're both. You're the conscious person who makes daily decisions, forms relationships, lives your life. And you're also the trained soldier whose subconscious could take over in a crisis. Both are you. Both are real. But I don't feel like I earned the Silver Star. I didn't make brave decisions. My unconscious just acted. Your unconscious acted using training you spent years developing, using instincts you'd honed through 2 deployments, using values so deeply ingrained that even your sleeping brain followed them. You earned it through preparation, even if you don't remember the execution. It took Jake 2 years to accept that, to own his story completely, to acknowledge that yes, he'd done something extraordinary, even if he didn't remember it, that his body, his training, his deepest instincts had saved lives that night. In 2019, Jake published a book, The Sleep Warrior: Combat Consciousness and the Unconscious Mind. It explored parasomnia, military training, and the strange intersection between them, how muscle memory works, how instinct operates, how the subconscious can execute complex tasks without conscious oversight. He became an advocate for soldiers with sleep disorders, founded a nonprofit helping veterans get proper treatment for parasomnia, sleep apnea, insomnia, and other sleep-related issues. And he gave talks, lots of talks, to military units, medical conferences, psychology symposiums, always telling his story, always honest about the strangeness of it. At a conference in 2021, a young soldier approached him. Specialist Wilson, sorry Mr. Wilson, I have sleepwalking issues too. Been dealing with them my whole life. Reading your story made me feel less alone, less broken. Jake smiled. You're not broken. Your brain just processes sleep differently. And with proper treatment, proper management, you can serve. Just maybe avoid combat deployments during high-stress periods. Learn from my weird-ass experience. Do you ever wish you could remember that night? Jake thought about it. He got asked that question a lot. His answer had evolved over the years. Sometimes, part of me wants to remember because it was the most important thing I did in my military career. But mostly, I'm okay not remembering because I know what I did. I've seen the evidence. I've accepted it. And maybe having no memory is my brain's way of protecting me from the trauma of killing 12 people in 8 minutes. Maybe the sleepwalking was a mercy. I got to be a hero without having to remember being a killer. And maybe that's okay. The soldier nodded, understanding. Jake continued, the important thing isn't remembering every moment. It's owning the outcome. I saved my base. I stopped enemy fighters. I protected my brothers. And even though I don't remember how, I know I did it. And I've spent the years since trying to honor that by helping other people who struggle with sleep disorders, by making sure my story means something beyond just being a weird footnote in military history. Does it ever happen again? The sleepwalking. Rarely. With medication and good sleep hygiene, I have maybe 1 or 2 minor episodes a year. I wake up in the kitchen or on the couch. Never anything dangerous. Nothing like that night. That was a perfect storm of stress, sleep deprivation, combat environment. Lightning in a bottle. Terrifying lightning, but lightning nonetheless. In 2023, the military officially recognized parasomnia as a condition requiring accommodation, not automatic discharge. Jake's case had helped change policy. Soldiers with sleep disorders